It was all part of the plan. Wait to play 37 minutes awful, and then wait till the last 3:24 to play defense and actually play. That was part of the plan, all the way it was supposed to be. No, proud of our team. This was a really big win for us. We showed resiliency after having a tough game against Stanford, and we found a way. The sense of urgency we had with the press down the stretch when we were tired, and found a way to win. Different people stepped up big, and Lauren's big shots, stuff that she's capable of doing. We did a good job of finding her, feeding her, and just finding a way to gut it out. I mean, I'm proud of us.
You led that comeback and then you scored 8 points, I believe, in like less than a minute. You only took 2 attempts the entire game, and then what was it about in that moment that you just took it and went for it?
You can't make a shot if you don't shoot it. So that's what I was telling myself. Keep shooting. One would eventually fall, and that's what happened.
Well, I think that just me, and I've been thinking about this a lot, like finding a way to get her some of those shots early. I think that in transition, I think confidence from like the steals and stuff like that gave her momentum that she hit one, hit another. But we have to find ways to get her those shots earlier in the game. And I'm thinking of different ways about that because I don't want her to play 30 minutes, 25 minutes, and take 3 shots. Like, she can't. She needs to take 8, 9 shots, and it needs to be more balanced, and she's capable of doing that. She had a big one at Cal. I know she can do that, so just finding ways to get her that in rhythm where she has the opportunity to do that. And not off the first pass where then she doesn't get it again, off of some action. So I'm thinking of creative ways, and I hope this game gives her confidence to attack more early. And for us to find her, like in the seams, just like Shaina found her in transition those times. I think we can do that the whole game long.
Attacking. It seems like Pleo has been attacking more lately. What do you think about the way she's playing? I mean, she's drawing a few fouls, getting to the line. It's not just all outside shots.
Helena's been phenomenal. Her off the bench gives us a punch, brings energy. She's just like a starter, but I think she likes coming off the bench and to come in. I think she's good at watching, I think, versus starting. For her, I think she'll do whatever the team needs, and it gives us a different look. Sometimes it's with Shaina, sometimes it's in place of Shaina, so they're different. So I think that gives us a different just style and a different look. But she's came in, she's defended well. She makes the offense move. She's good with Shaina off the ball. She's good when Shayna's off the ball and she kicks it up. She finds the open person. I think she's been phenomenal. Like, if she's not the 6th player of the year, I don't know who is. I mean, maybe Reagan Beers, but she should be a starter probably. But I mean, Helena's given us so much, and she did that in Stanford, did that today, and just so valuable. And her efficiency was 6. It felt like it was 17 like Lauren's, because it's just the right place, the right time, and defensively. I think she was great.
And with her and Shaina together, it seemed like you kind of mixed things up there at the beginning of the second half.
Yeah.
Because, how everything's went in the first.
Yeah.
What do you say about the way the team, it seemed they played more as a team? Would you say that?
Well, I think it's easy when you're getting stops. So we were trying to find a way to just give us something different because what we were doing wasn't working. So sometimes mixing it up just for matchups, for different things, for scoring on the outside. We knew we were going against the zone, and then she hadn't got a lot of shots. Jade hadn't really had a lot of shots. So finding a way to give us that. But then defensively, the lineup that was the defensive lineup was the one that really had to come back later. So I think sometimes just sitting, processing, watching doesn't hurt. But I mean, the way they did our press down the stretch with the traps and the pressure, that's how we need to start games, because it was that starting group that came back in that did it. So we have to be able to do that and consistently and not wait till the end. But the thing is, we could have laid down and died. We could have said, oh, we're down, because it felt like we could never come back. Every time we made a comeback, I mean, they controlled the game for 34 minutes. They were leading. Every time we had a comeback, they'd hit a big 3, or Talia's big buzzer 3, or Bendy would hit a shot or get a layup. So we never could, get that gap. And then we just got to score in bunches with the 3, the steals. So those were huge. I mean, it was just good fight and character shown by our team.
Coach, Moreau had, I think, 17 points in the first half. What adjustments did you maybe make at half? You kept her scoreless in the second half.
Well, I think, she was phenomenal. I think Scott did a really good job of using her. We had a tough time guarding her off of down screens. And then, like a player, when you hit a couple, you get confidence. Then we did it a different way. She faded. I think she had a phenomenal game, so credit to her. She came in and played. We talked about her at halftime and how, we can't let her get some action. So I thought we guarded those actions the way we should have started in the game. And then I think we made it tough for her. But she was hot. It was like her, this many points in Arizona, this many points. But it happens. We don't want that ideally to happen in our games at home, but it is what it is, and we found a way, and we played better defense against her second half. But, we had a really hard time inside against Beers and Mitrovic, and particularly Beers. We had to then go to playing off of other people, and that's a challenge. She's super strong. She's a great freshman. We talked about the future of the league. A lot of really talented freshmen in this conference. And it hurt us today not having Maya. We should have Maya back on Sunday, but it gave us, Kate and Esmeri had to play a lot of minutes battling bigger posts, bodying Beers, and then we had to put our guards at the 4, which was like a little bit harder. Usually we do it for a couple minutes, but to do it for a significant time wasn't easy today. But we found a way to win, and being shorthanded, which Maya plays 15, 17 minutes for us.
How do you rate this among your comeback wins?
It's good. I think we had one comeback, with Aria in that group with 19, but I think this is one of the best because we didn't control the game the whole time. We were down, and every time we had a comeback, we came within 4 or 6, and they made a run. So I think this is probably one of our best comebacks. It's definitely a top 2 or 3. And that's what I said to them, go to a 19-2 down the stretch. So if you're down 15 points in a couple of minutes, there's a lot of time with the way we play and how we can score on bunches off of our defense. So this is a huge win. Oregon State's a good team, and they're going to get some wins. They just came off of a confident win, against UCLA. So they're playing with confidence right now. So they are better than everybody thinks, and they're better than their record, and they're going to win games in the Pac-12. So.
And what's with Maya? Why didn't she play this?
Well, she was in protocol. Butted heads off something rare, and so just has a headache. So I'm not gonna play a kid that just could potentially have a concussion, and so she's out, but she'll be back on Sunday.
And the first half, you really, AJ was going off. Reagan wasn't doing much in the first half, and you guys seem to really be defending her well. In the second half, it just gets harder, right? Because she's so big. What sort of was working in the first half for you and not?
Well, in the first half, I felt like they weren't going to her as much because, Morote was hitting shots, and I felt like, Van Alphen was hitting some big shots, but more in the second half. So the second half, I thought they were really intentional. I think they knew Esmeri had a couple fouls, and they were really trying to isolate Kate inside and Esmeri one-on-one, and we weren't doing a good job of crowding. So we were kind of leaving our post one-on-one island. We don't want to do that. So her overload stuff was hard. The high-low was hard, and we had to start doubling off of particular people. But I don't feel like we doubled well. They were setting these back screens, and we weren't sitting on her well. So, size bothered us with 2 posts down. And our 2 posts aren't big. So they're 6'8" and 6'2", strong with girth, and we're playing 2 4s basically at the 4 and 5 without subs, without any size. Maya gives us size and strength coming in at 6'4" with size. So it shows for us. Down Maya, and then to lose Lauren. But typically our post unit would be Kate, Lauren, Esmeri, Maya, and then we can rotate a smaller guard. But now we're down Lauren already. She was a starter last year, and then to be down, our third post, it's like we had 2 posts come in the game. So to win shorthanded makes this comeback even more impressive, in my opinion. But credit to Oregon State, they played a great game. They had a great plan. They made it tough for us to guard some action, gave us a really tough time, and we found a way to win. So.
Shaina, how do you stay mentally tough when things are like this game today?
I just try my best to keep my composure. Obviously it was a tough game. We didn't have control of the game for most of it, so just staying engaged. But when you have players that are able to do what Lauren did, towards the end, it really helps, fuel the fire, and it gives you energy. So I just like to try and stay ready so I don't have to get ready and just
I like that. Who tells you that?
Okay.
That's my stay ready, you don't have to get ready. I like that. That's what I like.
Yeah, so, once she started hitting those shots, it was it kind of added fuel to the fire for us. So I think, just staying engaged was key to coming back and down the stretch.
Well, and Shaina's 6, so Shaina 4 for 6 from the field with a tremendous amount of congestion inside, 1 for front, 1 from the 3. 3 for 4 and 6 assists, 1 turnover. That's really good for the primary ball handler for 30 minutes. And Lauren, 2 for 5 down the stretch, huge threes. I mean, that's really good with only 2 turnovers. I think in a steal, so a 17 efficiency, that was a really good game. She's by far the most efficient. So those were 2 and huge shots down the stretch. I mean, really, really big. But don't wait till the end of the game to do that.
I know.
You can give me a heart attack. I was stressing out the whole game. I was stressed out. I gave him an earful one at a time. Like, I don't usually get super, but I yelled at them a time, then I walked out, then I went back. But, like, I was mad because we weren't doing the things that I know we can do that we practice. It was just weird. It's stuff we guard, and we just couldn't guard. Then we guarded in the second half. It's just, they like to stress me out, I think.
You haven't taken a lot of threes this year, Shaina, but you hit that one. But what was it like?
Oh, it was great. It was great. I mean, I probably shouldn't have taken that shot when I did, but I don't know. I just wanted to.
And a nice pull-up. She had a nice elbow pull-up. Those were big shots. If she would have missed them, I would die because they were big shots.
I usually don't take a lot of shots like that, but I think,
good.
you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, and I made them today, so you might see a little more
Oh,
of
she
that in
told
the
us about. She's like, don't get comfortable just doing off of one pass. But no, they were good. They were open. I think that those are confidence builders. Like her 3, maybe she'll not pass up an open one early in the game. It's a rhythm. And I think when you're defending and you're feeling good, then you hit one. It's easier to hit the other. It's hard when you start off missing the first 2. You don't have the confidence to take that third one fast, which is normal as a player.
Question really for any of you. What was it like, not only playing against, but also seeing an old teammate, Ben Duganey, on the other side of the court tonight?
Yeah. I mean, it was very different. I mean, I remember, like, just in the warm-ups, like, looking at her running on the court. I'm like, this feels different. Like, this is really strange. But, she's at a place where she's happy, and I'm happy for her. She's excelling there, and that's all you could really ask for. I mean, she played great years here, and she's doing great things at Oregon, too. So
She
Oregon
looks
State.
better in red and blue, but she's okay in orange and black. No, but I think for her, being at home, being able to end her career at home, get her master's at home with her family, very close family. She's had a tragedy in her family this year, so I think everything happens for a reason. God puts you in places where you should be, and she was home at that time with her family. We still keep in contact with her. You see the crowd gave her a standing ovation and cheered for her really loud, so there's love for her here. She was with us with that huge run. And did some great things. I think she's playing at a really high level there. She's playing the 1, 2, 3, 4. I never thought Ben would play the 1. She's like, I know I'm playing the 1. But she can play every position, so I think she's given them a lot and makes them a lot better.